Good morning, everybody. I'm meteorologist Nate Harrington here to update you on the severe weather risk for today. It looks like that main threat and that risk will be during the afternoon hours. We're back in an enhanced risk from the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma. We'll tell you what all that means here in just 1 second. Want to show you, though, the current radar loop and look, actually, over the Wiregrass. Most of the heavier rain now is down in the Florida Panhandle, but it's all moving this way. So let's take a look at the most affected areas now in Walton County, folks into Funiac Springs, down to Freeport and down near our Fort Walton Beach. Also in Holmes County and near Geneva County, seeing some thunderstorms now move in just northwest of Bonifay. These are all moving to the north pretty rapidly, around 45, 50 miles an hour. These storms are booking it across the Gulf Coast as we speak and into northwest Florida and eventually into the Wiregrass, southeast Alabama and southwest Georgia. We'll be seeing some of these thunderstorms in the next couple of hours. These are not severe. These are basically elevated storms as a warm front moves in. This is not the main severe weather risk for us, but some nasty weather nonetheless for you this morning as you head to church. Probably in the next hour or so. The watches right now, no watches, no tornado watch, no severe thunderstorm watch either. And the warnings, no warnings at all. So those storms down south, just thunderstorms, run-of-the-mill stuff. Could see some gusty winds and some heavy rain, of course, but no severe risk with those. It's the storms that are now moving through, we'll call it Louisiana, off the Louisiana coast, that have the severe risk attached to it. Now, there's been some weakening of this line, of this cluster of storms over the last hour to hour and a half or so, and the Storm Prediction Center in Norman has actually noted this and backed us off from the really big threat that folks off to our north could have seen, but I think it's going to be mostly a Wiregrass event for us. If we see anything severe, most likely it will be between, say, just north of Dothan, we'll call it Old Henry County. Basically, everybody in our viewing area down closer to the beaches as well in this risk. But normally this time of year, if we have this sort of setup, this lends itself to a lot of stormy weather and the nastiest of the weather to stay down closer to the Florida Panhandle and the coastline. However, we'll still watch that area of disturbed weather to our west and probably see a line segment or some sort of squall line develop, and possibly some discrete small cells, small supercells develop as well ahead of that line, and those could also provide a severe weather risk as well. So the yellow shaded area, that is a slight risk from the Storm Prediction Center, but we are under an enhanced risk. I kind of crudely drew where the lines are, say from near just to the west of Fort Walton Beach, up through the Panhandle, into southeast Alabama and north of Dothan. Basically everybody in our viewing area in southeast Alabama and southwest Georgia and the Florida Panhandle under this enhanced risk. And this is a new designation from the Storm Prediction Center. Better chance of severe weather than a slight risk. An enhanced risk isn't a moderate or a high risk, but it is just a little bit better chance to see some severe thunderstorms in your area with the possibility of producing damaging winds and some isolated tornadoes. Now, this will be a little bit better of a chance than what we saw on Monday. If you can remember back Monday, we saw basically the same sort of setup, a little bit different, but the same kind of thunderstorms that rolled in produced some tornadoes down in the Florida Panhandle. We had just a couple of reports of downed power lines and trees in southeast Alabama, but I think the risk is going to be a little bit better with this system. So we could see some thunderstorms. We're seeing them right now. They'll move into southeast Alabama over the next couple of hours. So kind of a stormy setup for you by the time you leave for church, and by the time you're getting ready to come out of church, could be some stormy weather around. We'll see a little bit of a break and maybe some of those small cells forming, and then the main squall line moves in by 3:30 to 4 o'clock. Now this is where we could get dicey with some of the damaging winds. With a line segment like this, you most likely get damaging winds, but some of the embedded thunderstorms could have tornado potential as well. Over the next half hour from 4 o'clock to 4:30 to 4:45, that line moves pretty quickly. This is not going to be a lingering event. This line is going to move steadily to the east at around 35 to 40 miles per hour. So be aware of that. Winds will be a main player if this all pans out, this line segment, this squall line that moves in. The futurecast shows by 5:15 to 5:30, the storms are moving into southwest Georgia and basically out of southeast Alabama. Could see some lingering showers tonight, but the severe risk will be all wrapped up by, let's say, 6 o'clock to be on the safe side. And then we'll clear out, have a little bit of cloud cover left over for tomorrow morning, and it should be a clearer Monday afternoon for us. Let's talk about rainfall potential. This ends by Monday morning, 8 a.m. You see anywhere from 1.5 inches to 2 inches of rain in some parts of the Wiregrass. Some folks pick up a little bit less, some a little bit more. This system is not going to linger around. It's going to be a very fast-moving system, so flooding is not really that possible. Could see some isolated flooding, but that's about it. Want to tell you what to do in the event that we do have a tornado warning issued for anywhere in the Wiregrass. This is what you need to do. Go to the lowest level of your house, away from windows and doors, preferably in a small interior room like a closet or a bathroom. If you live in a mobile home, this is now the time to understand where you're going to go if a tornado warning is issued for you. Somewhere you can get relatively easily, hopefully without having to drive anywhere. Please get to the nearest sturdy structure, a neighbor's home. Do not try to outrun a tornado. Don't try to go 15 minutes or 20 minutes to your friend's house. You need to get to somewhere that you can go in a relatively short amount of time. If you're in a car or outside, when you hear the message go off, and most likely it will, over the radio, please seek shelter immediately. Bridges and overpasses are not safe. Get to the nearest gas station, or last ditch effort and last resort, I should say, you can lie flat in a ditch. Lie flat, completely flat, and hopefully this is not something we'll have to discuss today, but tornado safety, obviously a big deal around here, and everyone very aware of that. So please know where you're going to go, know what you're going to do before a tornado warning is issued, so you're prepared in that event. We'll be posting throughout the rest of the day. If you have any questions regarding the severe weather situation, you can get to me at the social media sites below. I'll be monitoring Facebook and Twitter all day today, and we'll be updating as we need to, either online or on the air. Of course, if any weather breaks out, we'll have the severe weather crawl at the top of the screen on WTVY and WRGX. We'll sign off for right now, but we'll keep you updated throughout the day.